Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to jump in today for a little build on this 2022 RMAX 4 bump seat that we've got here in the back. This was kind of an early rendition that I did. It was kind of quick and dirty. I think there's a lot better way to build this. We have some ideas we're going to go through in this build, but I just want to point out here the benefits of this bump seat here in the back. You know, we have these seats slid forward right now, but your options really right now are on the market are just a bench seat, and you have no leg room if that middle person is there. With this bump seat, it changes the game. It's been great, but we're going to make it better. So maybe I'll jump over to Adam, let him talk a little bit about some of the ideas he's been specking out on this.
One of the things I see is that it needs more forward support. He was pulling straps on here to try and hold it, and we do have these nice big beefy seat belt bolts that tie right into the chassis of the machine right here. So we're going to try and build a plate across here, and then we're going to build a bar across here that's going to have some uprights that's going to hold angle iron just like this. So the seat will be between here and here, and it's going to give it a lot more stability so that it doesn't necessarily have to be strapped right here. So as we go through, we're going to cut and measure some steel and start getting things in place so you can see it come together. We're going to weld some tabs on here, and this will bolt down right here at the back on the back corners of the seat. But we've been looking at this portion right here. We have these big bolts. They have shoulders so you can still put the seat belts in them without pinching them down. But we've been thinking about using this angle iron. So this is 2-inch angle. We're going to cut, looks like a 13 3/4, 7/8 maybe length. Taking that, we'll have to round it off and cut out some relief right here for the bolts, but it will sit like this in there, and it will give us a pedestal to weld some supports up to the bottom bracket of the seat. So we'll show you how we're going to do that.
All right, guys, we're back here. We've got this a piece of angle iron cut out. We've got some marks here. So we've center punched marks where we're going to be putting our holes for these bolts to mount up. It's going to mount up like this. So that'll come in here like this. So we have access for these bolt heads to put everything together. Just for ease of access, we're going to notch out this top portion here. So we'll move over and we'll get these holes punched and round off these corners and make this look nice.
I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
We've got everything cut out now. We should be able to drop this in here, run those bolts through. We're going to leave the seatbelt spacers in there so that the seatbelt can ride on this. So it'll sit in there. Seatbelts will still poke out. And this will drop down in here like that. So see if we can get this.
That belt grinder makes quick, easy work of cleaning up that angle iron and getting all those things rounded off. We can see in that video. There might be a video down the road about that belt grinder and another build for my garage.
Yeah, I love the belt grinder. It's one of my favorite tools.
All right, we're back here. We've got some stuff cut out and placed. Gonna bring you in here and show you what we got set up there. We're gonna have that on each end. Each of those ears are placed. We're gonna be tacking those in place, getting this main base for this whole system set up. So we'll back out here and Adam's gonna tack weld this in place.
Put all of those in place. We can brush it down and get ready to weld it all the way on. But that's it.
Got this all welded up now. Turned out pretty slick. Gonna be working on the uprights next, tying these two base brackets together. We'll move to that point.
Welcome back, guys. We have made some progress on this bracket. I had to measure out some angles for these arms that the seat brackets are going to mount onto. So these, as you see here, this is our base piece that's going to be in the back, just to kind of give you an idea. I welded these two on. They're at around 11 degrees. If I can get it to show you there. They're about 11 degrees. So these are just clamped together, and now we're just checking to make sure everything is square. We're only going to tack this just to hold it in place so that, you know, as we get it onto the mount over there, we can slowly tack everything together. So we won't do any major welding on any of the main frame yet. But we have this. We'll show you once we get this top cap. It's going to look like this right here, really nice and clean, closed off, and then that will weld
That'll
like
sit on top of there.
onto that, and then you'll see
how this ties down into the angle iron that we have on the seatbelt bracket.
Yep.
So getting everything lined up in squares, a little bit of a trick, but it's real important to make it look nice and everything come together. Adam's getting this clamped back together. We decided to 45 these ends off and put caps on the cap end on there just to finish it off nice. But this is coming together nice.
All right, so we got this bracket welded up. It's just tacked in place. Looks nice and clean. This angle here is where the tabs that the seat mount. It's going to be a couple of angle tabs that come off the side here. The seat's going to mount right onto. So as you can see, we have that. It's going to sit right about there in the middle of that. And off of this base, there's going to be some angle supports that come right here to here. And it's going to make this bracket super stable so that that seat won't put any strain on this bracket back here. It's going to be tied right into the chassis basically off of these bolts. So I think this is going to come together really well. We got Spencer over here. He's cleaning up that base bracket. He's cleaning up this base bracket so that it'll be nice and clean for when we tack weld the angle support. So we'll get that cleaned up, and then we'll throw it back in there side by side and show you guys how this is gonna go together. All right, guys, we're in the process of doing some angle measurements. We're using that square as a depth gauge so that both pieces are going to be about a ½ inch off of the edge of that angle. And then we're just going to score ourselves a line right there. We have to do that both sides. We'll trim those up and should be able to tack those in, and that bracket will be fully supported. All right, Spencer's getting the last bit ground down. have our angles match up well. All right, guys, we're just getting ready to tack these supports in. You can see we got it clamped to hold it the right width. We got everything in place. I'm going to tack these. Let Spencer hold this camera and see if we can capture a little bit of this.
Make sure I got
Capturing the welding part is hard sometimes. All right. We should be able to unhook that. We'll get some solid welds, but that thing is just tacked in and it is solid. That seat will sit right on that. There's going to be, like I said, some angle tabs right here. Seat's going to bolt right to. It's going to be a great clean addition. And right on the back here, one of those flat gas tanks will mount right here with a mount.
All right, just finished cutting these on the makeshift bandsaw. It's pretty slick little build, Adam build, and this is going to come up here on the sides. We were able to get this all welded up, so this will be kind of the last piece to go on in terms of the seat portion. I have a little work with the gas tank, but so that'll kind of go on there. And
Yeah,
this turned out really slick, though. I mean, we can just see it just drops right down in here. Now, of course, the seat belts will be back there, but we've already got this all mounted up, and I mean, this thing sits solid.
Don't judge us on our welds. We're hobby welders, but I feel like they're pretty solid welds throughout the entire thing, so should be plenty strong.
You know, our dad always used to tell us, "Good enough for the girls we go with." So we're gonna stick with that motto. And
good enough for the girls we go with.
Okay, well, let's get these pieces put on. And
all right, guys, welcome back. We got everything bolted in. Spencer's gonna show you seat and everything.
It's a solid. Came together really nice. We've still got to put seat belts on, but we've got everything bolted in. Everything came in here great. So
Let's
you can
show them up here before you push them. So that seat, perfect for a.
I mean, truth be told, show you how sturdy this puppy is. I can sit up here in this thing.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
It'll be solid. It'll buy some time for my youngest to be able to fit back there in the fifth seat. So
then you can still roll your other two seats forward.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can push these seats forward out of the way. And then we can get a better view of the bracket. Seat belts all still work. Everything's still in place.
Still going to get the gas tank and finalize exactly what I'm going to do with the bracket back here. I'm going to mount that, so we will wait on that, but we'll get this touched up a little bit more once we finalize that bracket, and we'll come back and show you guys the finished product when we're ready to install it all painted.